What tech stocks are you investing in 2020? Stick around. Welcome to Framework Fortune. I'm your host, Ben. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you for joining me and enduring another one of my videos. So today I have for you the top 5 tech stocks, in my opinion, for 2020 long-term investing. So number 5 on the list, MNDO, and this is Mine CTI out of Israel, and this company deals with information gathering and billing information for other businesses and things like that. So there is some possibilities for some artificial intelligence maybe down the road in the future. It is a tech stock, so right now it's on a nice little light uptrend, as you can see on this 10-year chart here. On top of that, the biggest reason why this made number 5 on my list is the stock is currently $2.41. Okay, they paid a dividend out this year in March of 26 cents. So that means your dividend yield on this is around 10%. 10% is a very big yield for dividend stocks. Now, some investors think this company is risky, that they haven't been doing the dividend that long, but they've done it consistently the past 4 or 5 years. And as long as the economy doesn't crash or anything crazy like that, they will probably continue to do this dividend. Now, what could happen is if they continue to pay this dividend and the stock is staying at these prices, investors are going to see they're being consistent with their dividends and they plan on keeping these dividends, and they're going to be jumping in this. The price of this stock for this dividend is extremely low. So this could be a great time to get in to MNDO, especially in 2020 while it's on this light uptrend. Number 4 on the list, we have XRX, Xerox, and you've probably heard of this company. They've been around for a long time selling copiers, fax machines, scanners, and all that good stuff. The stock is currently around $36.87. It was all the way up to $40 just about, making new highs over the past 10 years. They do pay a quarterly dividend. They've paid it consistently over the past 10 years, probably longer. So it is a solid stock and solid company to invest in. But what gets me and why this stock made my list is because they tried to buy HP. It didn't work out, but they still want to buy HP. They are hungry. This is a hungry company looking for growth. And if they do buy HP, that could be big. And as well, later on in the future, they may be one of the stocks that gets into artificial intelligence, augmented reality, things like that, because they are in that tech sector. So overall, a great pick if you're looking for something consistent with a consistent dividend. And if you like a company that's hungry, acting like a shark out here in the water, trying to eat up other tech companies, then this is the stock for you. Now, number 3 on the list, I actually have 3 stocks I'm going to talk about. The one that is actually in the number 3 spot is Sony. But what number 3 is about is virtual reality gaming. Now, this is the Oculus Quest. This is the wireless virtual reality headset. This thing is great, but here's the thing. There is still so much room for advancement in virtual reality. We're really just on the ground floor. The Oculus Quest is made by Facebook. They actually bought the Oculus company. So if you want to invest in Oculus, I don't blame you. It's awesome, and you can safely invest in it by buying Facebook, because let's face it, Facebook is probably not going anywhere. If you're a smaller investor and Facebook is a little too much for you, I recommend Sony, and this is why Sony makes the list. Sony is under $100. It's currently at $68 right now. It's on a nice uptrend. I'd probably wait for a little bit of a pullback before getting in these areas. Maybe look for, around that $60 mark for it to come back down to this 9-day moving average. They've been paying a dividend the last couple of years, and it's Sony, so they're probably not going anywhere. They'll probably try to continue this dividend to entice investors to buy this stock and keep it in their portfolios. Even if Oculus and Facebook take over the VR gaming world, which they kind of have at this point, it's still not going to stop Sony, because Sony has this brand PlayStation 4, and I'm sure they'll be coming out with a PlayStation 5 or something like that. And the virtual reality headsets for the PlayStation 4 was a good first step. And Sony always competes with whoever else is in the market with what they're trying to sell. I mean, let's face it, Xbox has been going strong for years, and Sony's been right there with them in the gaming console world. So now you have Sony going at Facebook against the Oculus. So while I think maybe Facebook and the Oculus will probably advance a little faster, I think Sony will be right on their heels and push the envelope for VR gaming, and that's why it makes number 3 for me, because I love virtual reality gaming and all the applications and things you can do with it. It's not only about gaming. If you have never used the Oculus Quest, Rift, or any of the VR headsets, it's not just simple gaming. You can throw on a concert, say, I don't know, Black Sabbath is throwing a concert and they have it available in VR. You can throw that headset on and you're right in the front row of that concert watching Ozzy bite a bat's head off. It's great, and it's going to continue to advance. So this is something that's not going away. And Sony, I think, is a pretty safe bet if you can't afford the ladder of Facebook. Number 2, Intel, INTC. And everybody should know what Intel is. Their chips are in most computers that you buy now, laptops, all of that. Their competitor is AMD, but from my research, I just bought a gaming desktop, and it seems to me like the Intel chips are just a little bit better than AMD's. Now, maybe AMD could pull ahead later in the future, but most likely that's probably not going to happen, and Intel might be the one to win the race for artificial intelligence, as their chips could be used for that type of technology and most likely will be used for that technology. So this is a very good company to invest in if you're looking ahead into the future of AI stocks. On top of that, they do pay a dividend quarterly that they have consistently paid over the past 10 years. So another dividend stock is fantastic. It's a solid household name company. They're under $100 right now, currently at 60, almost hitting new highs over the past 10 years. Maybe wait for a little bit of a pullback. Number 1 on the list, Logitech, L-O-G-I. Now, when I invest long term, I like to look into companies that have products that I use. Just like with the Oculus Quest and Facebook, the PS4 virtual reality gaming headset, and Sony, just like Intel and their Intel Pentium chips that's in all the computers, Logitech has products that I use on a daily basis. I am recording on a Logitech webcam right now, and I'm using a Blue Yeti microphone right now. That's 2 Logitech products that I am currently using to record this video. YouTube is not going anywhere. The Blue Yeti mic and the Logitech webcams are the standard for recording on YouTube. They do pay a dividend, which has been paid consistently over the past 5 or 6 years, so that's not going anywhere. It's definitely a stock you want to think about adding to your portfolio. Maybe wait for a pullback, but right now at this point, it's coming up to a $50 resistance line. It's not been over $50 in 10 years, probably has never been over $50. If it breaks above $50, this could be new support for this stock, and we could see this stock in the $50 to $75 range over the next year or two. Now, this is VUZI, and this is a very interesting stock. As you can see on this 10-year chart, it was on an uptrend, and it really sold off pretty hard, and now it's down here in this $2 region, but this is what I like about it. The company originally started in the VR gaming sector and decided to switch things up. Because of the competition that started brewing there, they decided to give it more real-world applications, and they currently are working on virtual reality glasses. Now, why I think this could be big is because some of the applications you could use these for could really change some industries. For example, if an architect had these glasses and he's at the site where the building that he's constructing is going to be built, he can turn on the VR glasses, build it in virtual reality, and at the same time take the glasses on and off to see where it's at and really get it to scale and really maybe make something interesting. So it's definitely an interesting stock that you might want to do some research for yourself and see if it's something worth investing in. So a few other honorable mentions would be Western Digital, ticker symbol WDC. They sell hard drives. A lot of hard drives are made by Western Digital. I have owned Western Digital hard drives. They work just fine. They could be ones that could get into the AI field, so I would keep that one on watch. AEYE is another tech company that seems to be working on self-driving cars. That company is AudioEye. You could check them out if you're interested in the AI sector and the self-driving car thing. And then, of course, if you don't mind investing in stocks over $100, you know Google and Amazon, Facebook, Dell, IBM, all those are the big front runners for the tech sector and probably will have their hand some way or another in artificial intelligence. Now, if I didn't mention any stocks that you think should be on this list, go ahead and leave them in the comments below so other people can check them out. Or if you feel like yelling at me and saying my list is ridiculous, you're welcome to do that as well. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, hit that like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm of getting this video going. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. The next video coming out will be my top 5 list of legal cannabis stocks for 2020. I'm your host, Ben. You've been watching Framework Fortune.